Man, I had to cool off. 24 games in what? 32 days? Whew, made me tired.
Doing 24 games in 32 days is ambitious.
Calling 24 games in 32 days is absolutely crazy.
24 games in 32 days sounds crazy to me.
He eats, breathes, drinks, sleeps Elon baseball.
I think Javik doing 24 games in 32 days as his mentor is really cool and really beneficial for him. Would I do it? Hell no, I like free time.
I think doing 24 games in 32 days is outrageous.
24 games in 32 days, that's kind of nutty when you think about it. Who does that kind of thing?
Is calling 24 games in 32 days while being a full-time student absurd? Yes. Is Javik absurd? Yes. Do we love him anyway? Yes.
I mean, I call this the absolute dream. Being someone who loves baseball more than pretty much anything else in the world, the ability to broadcast it on a day in, day out basis for all these different teams, all these different ballparks, all these different games is amazing. I mean, there's not much else like it. Being able to show up in the booth every day and show up, backpack in hand, laptop, prep, all that, walk into the booth, sit down, every single day and get to know that you're calling a game that day. Prep is a thing that for me is ever evolving and changing. Coming into this year, my thing with prep was to focus more on the stories and less on the numbers. My prep for last year was focused heavily on what a guy's average was his freshman year. No one cares about a guy's batting average from 3 years ago. They care about what did he do in those 3 years? What are the big moments? So my prep this year is heavily focused on stories and storytelling, and the numbers are there to sort of supplement it. Monday is when you're doing all of your coaches' bios and your team bios. Tuesday and Wednesday is when you do the player bios. Thursday is the numbers, Friday, first pitch. And in total, it's about 9 hours of prep. Started out with Elon and ECU in a wild weekend that saw Elon beat a top 10 ranked team for the first time since 2013. It's seen a week with Greensboro where there was a game through 3 innings that Greensboro was losing 13-4 and the final score was 18-11. It's seen a lot of just crazy baseball and really good moments too. The UNCW moments sticks out. The cardiac kids, which has basically been Elon's mantra, they're never truly out of a game, and every game seems to be a 1-run game. So it's been a lot of fun, and doing it is just so much fun because it's what I truly love.
And the big thing for the Phoenix, that even though they're sitting at 4-5, tied for 4th in the CAA South, we had mentioned in the broadcast last night, it felt a little bit different. It wasn't a close game at the end. The Phoenix had pulled away. We definitely do. And this right here, though, with Elon playing NC State, that's one of the great things about playing baseball and being a school in North Carolina. Bad pitch with 1 out, runner going, swinging a high fly ball to right. Turns around, flips the bat in the air towards the dugout as this one disappears. Cole Weiss. 2-run homer. And for the 3rd straight inning, UNCW has put 2 on the board. It's 6-1 Seahawks. Outside and curve in the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball to left field. Going back is Harlan to the track, to the wall, looks up. Gone! Home run! Parker Haskin. Elon career home run, numero uno, and the Phoenix break it wide open. 3-1 pitch, swing and a fly ball to left center. Hawkins going back at the track, at the wall, at the scoreboard, looks up, and Justin Casella, home run number 3, and we got a 3-2 ball game. And Hodges comes home, bunted perfectly to 3rd. Weiss comes up with it, the throw to 1st. Pops out of the glove, escaping home will be Haskin, and the Phoenix walk it off for the 3rd time this season. 2-1 over the Seahawks. From 90 to 110, 112 is the highest we've seen this year. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, ball in the dirt. Haskin pops up, throws down to Reynolds, completes the strikeout, and Brian Eddington gets Ari Sakopoulos
All right, sir, after a very long day at the ballpark, what's the plan now?
Eat food and go to sleep. In that order.
Talk to me about that school assignment. You know, after 8+ hours.
That's what Sundays are for. Sundays are for getting that other assignment done. Because it's not due till tomorrow night, so that's more than enough time.
The hardest part that I think throughout this time has just been, you know, sort of trying to balance everything. And, you know, there are some times and some days there that you're like, shoot, I have to do homework and prep and a game, and I have to go back and do a paper and this and that, and it all sort of gets jumbled up together, and you're like, how am I supposed to do all this? You know, looking at a mountain and going, oh Lord, this is terrifying. Like, how am I supposed to do all this? And then after, you know, realizing, and if you just split up your time, it's not as bad as you think. So it's more about just learning not to psych yourself out in the beginning if you have like 5 assignments due in 1 week. And going throughout the season with the team, there's a lot of stuff to work on. The very first game, and even the first couple of games, when I had sent out some tapes, the number one thing I got back was, you're talking way too fast. So that's been a big thing of mine, is slowing down throughout the year. The beauty of baseball is you have an ability to get better every single day. Whether you're a player, you're a broadcaster, you are doing PA. You know, it's an ability to get better day in and day out. And that's something I loved from a young age as a baseball fan.
Hello, Answer Nation. I'm Jacob Blake, and welcome to LSN Sports Night.
When I was 12, I loved the game of baseball. Now that I'm 20, I love the entire art of broadcasting a game. It's been so many games at this point, it feels like it's all sort of blending together. You know, every game sort of blends into one at this point, which is really funny when you've been doing it for you know, these many days in a row. And the start of the whole journey feels like about 3 months ago, and it was about a month ago, which is nuts.